If you're a barista or coffee lover and you don't know the difference between these 4 espresso coffee drinks, then you're missing out on the best coffee experience when making or drinking your coffee. These are the 4 most important coffee drinks that I believe every barista should know how to properly make, and you should also know the difference between each of them. This is a Ristretto, this is a double shot of espresso, and this is a single shot of espresso and a Lungo. These 4 amazing espresso coffee drinks are very important when we are making our coffee. Espresso is the base to most of the coffee drinks, so you can use this different variation of espresso when you're making your flat white, latte, cappuccino, and a cortado. I'm going to be explaining this later on in this video, but you can also enjoy these 4 espresso coffee drinks as espresso, but in different way. Imagine a Ristretto which is bold and intense in flavor than your normal espresso, or a single shot of espresso which is less in amount, but it gives you that smooth and well balanced taste as a double shot of espresso. If not, you can have a Lungo which is more in quantity than your normal espresso, but not very strong, but it gives you more caffeine than your normal espresso. These are 4 amazing coffee drinks that many people have been asking me to make a video explaining to them how to make them. But I'm not going to show you only how to make these 4 espresso coffee drinks. I'll show you the secrets on how to make them the best way as a professional barista. I will also share with you which of these 4 espresso coffee drinks you can use when making other coffee drinks like the latte, cappuccino, and the flat white. So without wasting any time, let's dive in. But before starting to make these 4 espresso coffee drinks, here's something that you must know. These 4 espresso coffee drinks come from the standard espresso. So we are just adjusting the way we are extracting our shot of espresso, and we are coming out with 4 other coffee drinks and many more others. By the end of this video, you will fully know the difference between each of these 4 espresso coffee drinks and how you can fully use them to make the best cup of coffee. First thing you're going to need to consider is the type of basket that you're going to use when you're making your coffee. The traditional way of making coffee, we used to use the single shot basket, which looks like this, and the double shot basket. But the modern way of making these 4 coffee drinks, we only use this standard basket, so we don't need this single shot basket. All the recipes I'm going to show you when making these 4 coffee drinks, I'm going to be using this standard basket, and I'm also going to be using the same amount of coffee beans that I'm grinding from my coffee grinder. Make sure if you want to have the best experience when making your coffee, you should use freshly roasted coffee beans. This will give you the best flavors out of your coffee. Make sure to weigh your coffee as the dose and also as our yield out for espresso. This is going to help you come up with a brew ratio that you're going to follow each and every time so that you can have the consistency in taste. While using this home espresso machine, it's a Bravo Barista espresso machine. Start by grinding and measuring to ensure you're having 18 grams. Then distribute and tamp well your coffee. Then start extracting your Ristretto shot. When we are extracting our Ristretto shot, we're going to be restricting the flow of espresso. So we are not going to extract the full shot of espresso, we're going to restrict it. This is where its name comes from, a Ristretto. Ristretto means restricting. So we are only restricting our shot of espresso, and our target yield out of our Ristretto is going to be 18. This gives a 1:1 ratio of making our Ristretto. A Ristretto is going to be strong and it's going to have heavy and bold flavors more than your normal shot of espresso. And this is how you can make your shot of Ristretto. The next is going to be a single shot of espresso. This single shot of espresso confuses many baristas, but the easiest way I can explain it to you is understanding this technique of baskets. Traditionally, or in an Italian coffee shop, you use this single pot filter basket. But in a modern coffee shop, nowadays most coffee shops will use the standard basket. So when you're making your single shot of espresso, you will need a pot filter with 2 spalp. These are spalps, also known as outlet. You're going to need a pot filter with 2 spalp so that you can make a single shot of espresso as a barista in a modern coffee shop. So we fit in our basket into our pot filter and we're going to be grinding 18 grams of our coffee. So you grind 18 grams, this is our dose of coffee. Then we're going to be weighing it to ensure it's 18 grams and we're going to distribute and tamp it very well so that we can have a good extraction. Insert it in our group head and we're going to need 2 espresso cups that we're going to put below on each of the spalp. So we're going to be extracting a double shot of espresso, but it's going to be flowing in 2 cups. So we only serve 1 cup as our single shot of espresso. The basic brew ratio when making a standard shot of espresso, you need a 1:2. So if we are using 18 grams of grinded coffee, we're going to need 36 as our yield out for our double shot of espresso. So we're going to be extracting 36 at once, but you only serve 1 cup as our single shot of espresso. These are the 2 cups that I've extracted. Each of them is containing 18 grams and 18 grams. So I only serve this as a single shot of espresso. This is a modern way that you can make a single shot of espresso, which will give you a smooth and well balanced in flavor as for your standard shot of espresso. And next, we're going to be making our double shot of espresso. So I'm going to be showing you how to make this double shot of espresso, which you can also use as a standard shot of espresso. Grind 18 grams as our normal dose to keep the consistency. Weigh it to check if you're having the accurate dose. Then distribute and tamp it very well. Insert it in your group head. Put your espresso cup and we're going to be extracting 36 ml as our yield out for our double shot of espresso. So this is where the difference comes from. We extracted 36 for our single shot of espresso, but we had 2 cups below the spalp, so we took 2 different cups. But for our standard shot of espresso, we are extracting the same 36, but this time around it's all flowing into 1 cup. This is how you can make the standard shot of espresso. It's well balanced and it gives you that smooth texture, which is ideal for making different coffee drinks. And the last coffee drink is going to be the Lungo. Lungo, which means longing your extraction of your espresso. I hope you understand that. So Ristretto we restricted, Single Espresso we divided, Double Espresso we extracted all, and the Lungo we are longing our extraction for our shot of espresso. We're going to start by grinding our 18 grams as our dose for the consistency. Distribute and tamp it very well. Insert it in the group head and get a slightly bigger cup for extracting our Lungo. For our Lungo, we're going to be extracting more of our shot of espresso. So this is going to result into a high quantity of liquid into our cup. It's not very strong, but it gives you much caffeine. So if you want more caffeine, the Lungo will be a perfect one, but it's not very strong. It has not those vibrant flavors. So for our Lungo, we're going to be extracting 54 ml as our yield out of our shot. This is our standard way of making a Lungo. The brew ratio of making a Lungo is a 1:3. This allows you to extract more of your espresso so that you can have big quantity of the yield out, but it's also going to reduce on the strength of your espresso. So after understanding how you can extract these 4 espresso coffee drinks, if you didn't understand anything, make sure to leave your question in the comment section below. I'll be more than grateful to answer any of your questions. I'm putting in a lot of energy to make sure I share with you each and everything that I know about coffee to help you make a good cup of coffee or to help you have the best experience on choosing which is the right coffee drink for you. You can also leave a thumbs up for me, like this video so that it can be spread to other people. Then let's dive into which of these espresso drink can make a good combination when making other coffee drinks. So we're going to be starting with the Ristretto. A Ristretto, it's bold and it has intense flavors. It's often used to make a flat white or a cortado. And for a double shot of espresso, which is considered in most coffee shops as the standard shot of espresso, it's perfect for making also a flat white. It can also be used to make the different iced coffees, and also it's used to make Americano, long black, and many more other coffee drinks. And for the single shot of espresso, it's often used to make a latte or a cappuccino, depending on the coffee shop standard. So you can use a single shot or a double shot when making a latte or a cappuccino. So also a single shot, you can use it to make a piccolo latte. And for the longo, this is more diluted. Most people use it to make light coffees. If someone needs a coffee drink which has high caffeine but with not that much strong of flavors, the longo is the perfect one. These are some of the coffee drinks that you can make from these 4 espresso coffee drinks. But this doesn't end here. You should experiment with other coffee drinks and make sure to come up with the best taste out of your coffee. There are many factors that influence the taste that you achieve in your cup of coffee. So understanding how to best extract your shot of espresso is key. This is why I would recommend for you to watch this video, because I've showed you how to fix the common mistakes that you face when extracting your shot of espresso. By combining the both knowledge you're going to get from these 2 videos, you'll be able to make the best cup of coffee within a short period of time.